Hello everyone, Ziggler here, Bork, Chef, you can call me whatever you'd like. So today I wanted to talk about something that I came up with. Well, like, I don't know if I'm the only one or like if there's a guide out there. If there is, like, all cred to them. But I just thought about this and like different combinations, and I love that I can be able to do this in Season of Discovery with all the different kind of like gear setups and tier sets and all the runes and the talent builds in combinations. This is like one of the key things in World of Warcraft that I love, to Theorycraft, to come up with new kind of ideas that we haven't really thought about before. And I, like TLDR or whatever you say, I have not tried this since I don't have the gear for this, but I thought about it like it should be able to work in this way. So it would be amazing if someone wants to try this and leave in a comment down below if this is gonna work. But I'm gonna call it the Immortal Warlock build, and it's a Theorycraft. So why not just go? Let's see, here it is, and let's switch. It is like starting because of the actual gear sets, because with specific kind of like set tiers and combinations, they could be insane. That, like, the more I look at this, the more insane it becomes. So the way that I think that I would use this is mostly probably like AoE farming. You could most likely we could try and do that, because you could do this easily if you switch this to like a dungeon tank or something. But let's just go over the key thing, and we start with the gear. So this set over here, the Hadric's Waistguard, is from the Scarlet Enclave. And if we look down here, this is the thing that I wanted to show you. Let's first look at the 2 set. The 2 set says, your Shadow Cleave now applies your Corruption rank 7 to every target it hits, but its duration is only 12 seconds. And keep in mind that Shadow Cleave now hits 10 targets whenever we use it, which is within the range that it is. So already it's like we're gonna put up 10 rank 7 corruption, which is in itself a really good dot. It really is. But then we continue, and it says you heal for 10% of all damage done by your corruption. This healing is increased by 100% if the target is also infected with your Drain Life. And we're gonna use the Drain Life, but it's only gonna be the 100% increased on the target that we already have the Drain Life on. But I mean, 10% of all the damage done by your corruption. It's a lot of healing. It's a lot of incoming healing. And it's like it's very insane when you think about it. The more you think, 10 targets. And with all the spell damage we have in Season of Discovery, and especially as a tank, I feel like we have way more, because on the gear that we have, for example, let's just look at the gear that we have over here. Whenever we cast the Shadow Cleave, we're gonna get 4 spell power for each defense point beyond 300. So you could take the 14 times, what's that? 14 times 4. So this, just from the defense over here, that's gonna be 56 spell power plus this thing. So it's just a lot of damage. So it's just great. The 2 set and 4 set. We don't need the 6 set for this way the way that I'm considering to do it, like that I came up with. And then we got this. This is the part of the... I just set it on the rings because it's an off piece and we can easily get it. Since the tier 3 from Naxxramas is a 9 set, you can use the ring in order to get one piece of this. But you need another gear, of course. But this set is the DPS version. And if we read over here, at the 2 set, increases the damage done by your Incinerate and Corruption ability by 20%. And if we read over here, it says it applies the Corruption rank 7. So just by having this, though that rank 7, all of those 10 that the Shadow Cleave is gonna apply is gonna it's gonna be 20% stronger. And it's if you read over here, your heal on the 4 set, you heal for 10% of all damage done by your Corruption. So this technically, it says 10%, but it's gonna be a 20% more. Well, not 20%. I don't know how you calculate it, but it's like it's gonna be more, in a sense. I don't know how the calculation would be, but it's like it's gonna be more. I kind of guess that it should be because you heal for 10% of all damage done by your Corruption. 10% of all damage, and then we're doing 20% more Corruption damage, so it's technically a 20% more increase just from the damage, which is converted into more healing in the end. So we're just gonna heal more from this with this combo. And then after that, let's look at this one. This is the tier 2 set, and it's a tank version now this time. And if you read on the tier 2, while you're targeting an enemy within 30 yards, Life Tap grants you mana at the expense of the target's health, but deals 50% reduced damage to them. Mana gained remains unchanged. And the thing with this, you can target something, and you're gonna steal their health, and you're gonna get, well, the health that you're stealing is going to be converted into mana without the expense of your own health. So you can get mana by dealing damage to another one, and if you don't target anything, it's gonna work the normal way, which gonna makes it so you're gonna take damage, your own health, and convert it into mana. But this way, if you have this 2 set, you can target something and steal it, and your health pool is not even gonna move. The only thing that is gonna move is the enemy's health, and the enemy's health is gonna go down, and your mana is gonna go up. That's what this combo is gonna do, the 2 set. So, and we're gonna go over one final thing and why we don't want. We want to have a full. I'm gonna explain. Like, I haven't added it, but I'm gonna explain why we want to have full health all the time. I'm gonna explain why. It's a kind of bonkers the more we think about it. And then after that, it's really up to you. But I would personally run with this 3 set from Ahn'Qiraj, the Ruin. Because it says for 6 seconds after using Shadow Cleave, your Searing Pain strikes 1 additional target within melee range. And the way that I'm playing currently on my Warlock, I don't play this build, like I said before, but I have scroll up and down. On scroll down, I have the Shadow Cleave, and scroll up, I have the Searing Pain. So we're gonna hit 2 targets, and that's gonna help us just deal more damage and cleave down faster. It's really up to you, but I think that it would work. So the potential is insane if you would do this. I don't think this would be that great in raids, for example. Maybe it will be good in like a dungeon run, obviously. But I haven't tried it, so I don't know. But like it could be nice. And let's go over to the next one, which is the talents and runes. And we're gonna explain why I want a spec like this, and we're gonna discuss the runes later. But the first thing, like, we're gonna be affliction doing this, just because of more healing and stuff. If we go over here, it says suppression. Reduces the chance for enemies to resist your affliction spells by 10%. It's just good. And the thing is here, improved corruption. If we're playing like this, we don't even need to cast corruption anyway, because it's gonna be instantly applied because of the shadow cleave, because of the set bonus that I talked about earlier. So it's kind of a dead one. After that, it's really up to you. Little bit. Of course, we want the improved life tap. It's just gonna give us more mana whenever we use it. And like I said before, we're not even gonna... if we target something, we're not gonna lose the health. It's the enemy that's gonna lose the health, and we're gonna get even more mana back. And improved drain life. If this is a farming build, we want to have as much incoming health as possible. So I would highly recommend using this. You could, however, play with like the chest rune, the demonic tactics if you want to. That could be great. It would be amazing if I would be able to try this. And I really hope that they're gonna add the set bonuses from the Scarlet Enclaves and stuff. And if they do, I'm 100% gonna try this out. Most of it. And like improved life, drain life, the life tap. Here I said the drain, improved drain soul. I don't really know what else I could pick here, because sure you could pick like amplify curse and stuff, but it feels like it's kind of a weak one, because I never, if we're gonna do this, I'm never gonna cast the curse of agony anyway, so it feels like a dead rune, dead one. And the Fell Consecration, like, I just put it there to get down. And then the improved Curse of Agony, same thing. Like, it's just there. It's more damage on like single target or whatever. So you could like go like this, I guess. Just so you could have the amplified curse and use the improved Curse of Agony on bosses, because you can switch out the back, for example, on bosses to Mark of Chaos if you want to. That's just gonna make the raid and yourself more damage. But and then we got the Grim Reach. Just the range is longer, and then the Nightfall, because the Nightfall, if you read on it, gives your corruption and drain life spell a 4% chance to cause you enter a shadow trance state after damaging an opponent. And remember, we're gonna apply 10 corruptions on on 10 targets, like 1 corruption on 10 targets each, and we're also gonna use the drain life on cooldown, so it's gonna be up. So it's like, what's that? That's 11 times a tick that you have a 4% chance to get this proc. And if you read on it, the shadow trance state reduces the cast time of your next shadow bolt by 100%, resets the cooldown on shadow cleave, and increases your next shadow cleave damage by 100%. So your shadow cleave have a chance to reset and deal the damage again. And I think I really need to explain this right now, why this is important in this kind of way that I figure it out. It says here, like, the cooldown is off and it deals more damage, but it's the cooldown that is off that is kind of interesting. If this would work, I don't know, like I said, but it would be cool. And that's the waste rune called the invocation. I'm gonna zoom in just so you can read it better. There you go. Applying corruption for example. The other ones, the Siphon Life is there as well. Will cause you to deal instant damage to the target equal to 1 tick of your spell's periodic damage. Refreshes any of those spells when it has less than 6 seconds duration remaining. Will cause you to deal instant damage to the target equal to the spell's remaining periodic damage. So the second part there is not the important one. The important thing is at the start. If we read over here, it says while will cause you to deal, like when we apply the corruption with our Shadow Cleave, it says will cause you to deal instant damage to the target equal to 1 tick of the spell's periodic damage. And like I said before, the corruption spell is 20% stronger just because of the... I really have to put this up here. Because of the 2-set bonus over here. So, like, the potential there is amazing. It would be so fun to try this out. And on top of it, it also deals 100% more damage on 10 targets. That's amazing. Just more AoE for us. And it has a proc on its own. When you put out Shadow Cleave, you're gonna put up Corruption. With Corruption, you have a chance to reset the Shadow Cleave. And it's gonna deal 100% more damage again. It's insane whenever I think about it. And if you're tanking more than 10, you could tab and target something that doesn't have it and use it again. And it could most likely target, I don't know, like 10 others if you're lucky. So you could have it on 20 targets, for example. The potential is insane. And then the Siphon Life is just good if you want to have, like, if you're pulling something harder and just it could just be there. But this is the thing that I really wanted to also. I have the Siphon Life just because then I can get down here to Shadow Mastery. Increases the damage dealt or life drained by your shadow spells by 10%. So I don't know how this would work because I haven't tested it. But the question I'm asking is, increases the damage dealt or life drained by shadow spells by 10%. So this also technically is also, if you read on it, it's gonna make the corruption spell 10% stronger as well. And the question that I'm thinking about, like I think I said it 3 times now, is your or life drained by shadow spell by 10%. So the question is the corruption gonna heal you more as well because of the set bonus? If it does, that would be insane, because then it's just even more incoming healing. And after that, we're gonna go into demonology, and we're gonna go to the improved health stone. It's just a good one, and it's 20% more health restored whenever we use it, and it's a very good spell. After that, we're gonna go in Demonic Embrace. We're just gonna have 15% more stamina, and we're gonna have so much incoming healing, so the extra stamina is just nice. After that, I don't know how the Felguard works. If the improved Imp or improved Voidwalker is actually like improving the, like, I don't know, the effects on everything. But I don't think it really matters because of the way that we are gonna play this. And so I just put it into Fel Intellect. It's really up to you how you want to do it. Then I put in the Fel Stamina just to get down. And then the Fel Domination and the Master Summoner just to get to Demonic Sacrifice. And the thing with demonic sacrifice, if you are sacrificing your Felguard, this one on the wrists, you're gonna get all of these, which is increases your fire damage by 15%, restores 3% of your total health every 4 seconds, and it increases your shadow damage by 15%, and it restores 2% of your total mana every 4 seconds. It's just constant incoming health, stamina, and you're dealing more damage. And again, increases your shadow damage by 15%. The corruption spell is gonna make 15% more damage, which in turn technically should heal you even more. So there we have it again. And now we come, I really want to, before we go over the runes, I really want to talk about the, let's see if I can actually find it here. The, here, I think I really want to, like, show these. Here. If we scroll down and we go into the Warlock one, on the shoulder enchant that you can buy, which is called the Voidborn. This is the part of the, I think it's the 6-set bonus of the tier 2, the tank one. If we read on it, it says, where did it go? There. Any excess healing you deal to yourself is converted into a shield that absorbs damage. This shield can absorb up to 30 plus and X amount of combo points of your maximum health and stacks from multiple heals. So the question is, which are the multiple heals? So I guess that it would be the healing from corruption, the Siphon Life, you have the Drain Soul, and I know that it doesn't work on the Fell Armor, for example, because the Fell Armor also gives you health. I don't remember, I think it's like 2% of your maximum health every 5 seconds or something, but even that is giving us more health incoming. And on top of it, you could use like a Troll Elixir or potion that is also giving you health back. But like, this is the reason why you want to be at full health all the time if you would try this, because like it's that's why I'm calling it like Immortal build, because it could technically make you immortal, I think. And if it would work with the right setup, and maybe with like good trinkets and everything. I don't know what the new raid and everything has, but this is just the core thing that I've been thinking about, is based around this, like the absorb. Because if you have a high enough absorb and you have like full health all the time, you are unstoppable. Just imagine what you can solo if you're doing this in this last phase. It's just a fun thing, and I really hope that they're gonna add the new ones and everything, so you could try it out. And yeah, but it's just there. It's really good. Let's go over the runes now, because it's a specific setup here as well. On the head, we're gonna go with the Pandemic, because it says periodic damage from your corruption and Siphon Life there ability can now be critical strike, which is just great. On the back, it's gonna be the causes your Drain Soul to deal damage 3 times faster, increases the amount drained by your Drain Life and Drain Soul spell by an additional 6% of each for each of your Warlock's shadow effects afflicted to the target. It's just gonna be the like 6% there, but it's still the 3 faster one, I think it is. And yeah, the bottom part there is sure it says like your Drain Soul can now also trigger Nightfall talent, but it's not like we're gonna spam the Drain Soul or use it. Like, I don't know, but it's the most obvious one that we're gonna take. Sure, if, like I said before, if you're gonna tank a dungeon or something like that, maybe you could switch it up to Mark of Chaos. On the chest, we're gonna have the Master Chandler. And this is the part of the thing also, like, I think it depends on what you would be farming. If you're farming something that is somewhat easy, maybe, then maybe you want to switch this to Demonic Tactics, for example, or the Lake of Fire, because it's just a big AoE, because you already applied the AoE with Corruption on every single target. You are having incoming healing, so maybe the Lake of Fire here would be good, because it's an AoE, and it doesn't have a channel. Maybe. But I put the Master Chandler there, just because of the incoming healing. And on the wrist, Summon Felguard, like I told you. And the gloves, it's a Metamorphosis, obviously, because the way that we're playing is... I don't feel like any one of the others is that good. Shadow Bolt is bad, because we're not gonna spam it. No, never mind. Like, we need the Metamorphosis because of the Shadow Cleave to do this, obviously. So, we need the Metamorphosis. Then, like I said here before, on the waist, it could be like one tick every single time you cast the Shadow Cleave. It really could. And if that's the case, then it's like one tick on each target every single time. So it's like you're getting a free corruption tick whenever you use the Shadow Cleave, technically. So it should be working. So yeah, the invocation there. On the legs, I would 100% pick the Demonic Pact. Just because your fire and shadow spells deals 10% more damage. So there you have it again, by the way. 10% more damage. So there you go. Shadow spell. The corruption is a shadow spell. Like, it's an affliction, the ability, like talent. But it is a shadow spell. So, and your pet's critical strike applies the Demonic Pact effect to your party. So this is Demonic Pact increases spell damage and healing by 10% of your spell damage, or 30, whichever is highest. But I mean, then it's 10% more. So it just it feels like it keeps stacking. This one, I was like considering this in a way, because the 4-set bonus on the 2-set bonus on the if we go over here again, there, this set bonus here, it says only 12 seconds. I think the corruption is on for like 20 or something, so you could use it maybe, I don't know, but I feel like it's a dead... Oh, there you go. I feel like it's like a dead ability, because we're gonna apply it, a new one anyway, and this is like just more damage. So Demonic Pact. Feat is gonna be Dance of the Wicked, because the thing is here, increases your spell damage and healing by a value equal to 3% of your demon pet's total stamina plus intellect. If I'm not mistaken, if you don't have a pet up, you don't have this. And we're not gonna have a pet up because we've sacrificed it. So, and the Shadow Flame is just a cast time. So, I think the Dance of the Wicked is the way to go here, because we're gonna get Dodge, which is technically a mitigation. And we're also gonna get 2% of maximum mana whenever we crit. And if we go back here on the head, we have a chance to crit with the Siphon Life and Corruption now. So it could just be amazing, really. On the rings, the defense specialization is kind of obvious because, like I said before, Shadow Cleave, whenever we use it, we get 4%, 4 extra spell power for each defense skill. So, just by having this, if we take 4 times 25, that's 100 extra spell damage just because of this ability alone. And here it is, like the shadow specialization. I think it guessed like how much I guess like how much hit you already have and everything. So I don't know if the fire specialization or the shadow specialization would be better here. I think the shadow specialization would be better. But yeah, that's just the thing. I'm just gonna check real quick and see if there is now. Okay, let's just try and see if we could do this setup in just a, like, let's do it in a tanking scenario, for example. And we're gonna have it like this again, but we're gonna switch this. And we're gonna go into destruction just because of the extra damage. And be able to tank better with the instant searing pain on top of this. So in that case, you would use the summon Felguard. I guess, or maybe maybe not actually, because if you're in a dungeon like that, maybe you actually skip like this. Let's see. Wait. Something like this, I guess. And then if you go into over here, this time, however, I think that you would go something like this. You're not gonna get the demonic sacrifice if you're gonna tank a dungeon like that. We pick this and maybe like this because the firestone, and then the master demonologist, and then we have 4 points left. So maybe something. Maybe something like this, or like this. Could be nice if you're tanking a dungeon or whatever. So, and maybe switch some things up here and there, and switch to like demonic tactics and stuff like that. But I mean, the potential here is insane. If all of this would work, of course. I can't really say that it's actually going to work or anything. But I just think that this concept, or like Theorycraft, if this would work, would be very interesting to try out and see how well it would perform in different kind of scenarios. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. And if you have this set and you could do this setup, it would be amazing if you would like try this out and leave a comment down below on this specific video, just so I can read up on how it went, and if it's good, if it's not good, or if it's already out there. But I mean, I'd love to be able to try this, like to Theorycraft and everything. It would be amazing if I could actually try it though. But I'm not able to. I can't schedule rates at all currently, so it is what it is. If someone is able to do this, I really hope that it's gonna work for you. But yeah, if you click on any videos here from the past, you're gonna see a video with me from the past. But before you click on any of them, consider to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss any future video from me. But yeah, click over there, and I'll see you over there. And until next time, Bye bye!